Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Christine. I will leave all my socials down in the description box per usual. If you are new here, be sure to subscribe. I would love to have you here. I do different compilations of different videos, a little bit of everything from beauty to food to fashion. So whatever you're into, I pretty much have. So subscribe. Be sure to give this video a like if you enjoy it. By the end of this video, today we will be reviewing Jaclyn cosmetics for the very first time. So if you want to see what I reviewed, which you probably know what I reviewed from the description box, but if you want to see what I reviewed and what I think of the products, then keep watching. Okay, so you guys know why we're here. We are testing out Jaclyn cosmetics for the very first time. I want to show you guys how it's packaged. You guys know I have mentioned in my past videos that packaging is like almost everything to me besides the product being good, but this just means a lot to me. And opening it up, she has a custom box, which is really cute. Everything is safely stored away. So I'm gonna open up this bubble wrap and I'm gonna show you guys everything I have. So let's see, we have the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Hydrating Under Eye Primer. So the unicarton is really cute. It feels very luxe. It doesn't feel cheap at all. The product feels a little lightweight, but it is an under eye primer, so it's not gonna be heavy. The packaging is really cute. This is what it looks like. And it says Jaclyn, of course, Hydrating Under Eye Primer. This has a 12-month shelf life. Now, I don't have anything on my face. As you guys can see, I have like a little bit of breakouts here and there. That's caused from the stress of moving and stuff like that. The only thing I do have is vitamin C lotion from Pixi, but that's literally the only thing I have on my face. What I plan to do after I open up all this stuff is having Jaclyn Cosmetics products on one side, while on the other side, just doing my regular concealer and foundation, seeing if there's a difference between the two, because that's obviously what we're here for. I am in my upper 30s, so I have quite a few like under eye situation here. I've partied in my 20s and I'm a mom now, so if Jaclyn Cosmetics can cover this under eye situation, then you know it's a keeper. So let's see what else we have in here. See, I like how everything is individually packaged, which is really nice. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Brightening Lilac. Now, I did get the lilac only because I saw that it helps with discoloration for basically my undertone, which is like a yellow tone base. Now, the unicarton, of course, is like the other one, silver, really beautiful. And the unicarton does not feel cheap at all. You can tell like it's made nicely. The packaging for the actual component, this is what it looks like. So it feels very luxe. It looks very luxe. It doesn't look cheap at all. Lastly, this is the Brightening and Setting Palette. So this is the light to medium. Again, the unicarton is the same as the others. It has the shades on here, which is really nice. Opening it up, this is what the component looks like. Shades worry me a little bit, but we're gonna test it out to see what it looks like. Now, usually when I am reviewing a product, when it comes to skin or anything like that, I like to see the video that they put out using the products, just so that way I can see how they use it and what they recommend, like what tools to use. I didn't see any videos that Jaclyn put out. So, I mean, she did mention that she didn't put out a video using it, which to me is like a bummer, because as a consumer, I would like for the person creating the product to show me how to use it correctly. I don't go off of other makeup artists and looking online for other YouTubers, because who knows if they're using the products correctly, you know what I mean? I guess that's like the New Yorker in me that doesn't trust just anybody, but I just like to see the actual creator of the product using the products and showing us exactly what's their method, what tools they use, what do they recommend. So since we don't have that to go off of, I was looking online, and it seems like, reading from the descriptions in the website, it seems like I would use that Brightening Lilac first and then use the Brightening and Setting palette after. The only reason why I say that is because if I go into I'm going into her website, and if I go into Face It All Brightening and Setting palette, if you go under tips and tricks, it does say how to use, which it has like a little thing on how to use it. And it says once you've baked baked and brighten your under eyes, which would be this lilac thing. So hopefully I'm doing the steps correctly. Again, I'm going to leave one side without the product from Jaclyn Cosmetics, just so you guys can see if I don't use this, is it gonna make any difference in my makeup application? So I'm gonna pull you guys closer just so you guys can see the whole process. Okay, so excuse my little breakouts here and there. We're going to apply this hydrating under eye primer first. I'm gonna use the Jaclyn Cosmetics products on this side of my face, and then I will do my normal application just with concealer, foundation, whatever on this side, just so we can see the difference. So using this first, I don't know if that's a lot or a little, but I have a lot of bags and under eye situations happening. And then you can use a brush, but I would just use my pinky. The only reason why I recommend using this finger as opposed to any other finger is because it's your under eye. So you don't want to apply too much pressure. I'm just smoothing that out. I know a lot of product came out. Literally the first squeeze, that's what came out. Like I didn't apply any other pressure, but we're gonna work with it and hopefully it's not like too much. Now that we have that, what we're going to do is apply some concealer. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape, which is nothing new to me. I use it all the time. Just gonna apply dots like that. With my Beauty Blender, I'm just smoothing out my concealer. I'll put some on my lid as well. What you want to do is you also want to look up and kind of like stretch your face, just so that way it stretches that area of your eyes as well, just so you can get in the crevices of your under eye. I'm just going to use my beauty sponge. So I'm opening the product up. This is what the product looks like. And with that same beauty blender, I'm going to apply. Okay, I'm gonna grab a fluffy brush and I'm going to dust it off. Okay, so now that I have this side, I'm going to do the other side. Actually, I'm not going to use a different beauty blender. What I'm going to use is a different corner of the beauty blender. The reason why I'm using a different corner is because I don't want to use any part of the beauty blender that has the Jaclyn Cosmetics product in it. Just because we're trying to see what looks better. This is my concealer without anything. Then I'm going to grab some foundation and just quickly put it on. And the foundation I'm using, just as an FYI, is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage foundation. This is one of my favorites, mainly because I love the coverage that it gives, and I also love the shade. And I love applying foundation with my Artiste brush. Normally, I apply foundation on my lips because I like to have like a base almost for my lip liner and lipstick. It just gives it like a blank canvas for whatever color I'm putting on top. Okay, so now that I have my foundation with my concealer on, I did dampen my beauty sponge. I'm going to go into Peach is a corrector, so we're going to go in with Peach, which is this one here, with my damp beauty sponge. I don't know, that looks a little too white of a cast for me. So I'm going to dip into Almond, which is the next shade here. And I'm gonna kind of see if I can mix the two. Now, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush because I want to remove some of that cast. Now it is a little on the, like it's super brightening, like But what I'm going to do after is I'm going to apply my bronzing powder on both sides, and then we can do a comparison between the side that's with Jaclyn Cosmetics versus the side that is just regular moisturizer, concealer, and foundation. Okay, for my bronzer, I'm always obsessed with the Marc Jacobs. This is the Marc Jacobs Tantric Omega Bronze. I also have his coconut one that I'm obsessed with, but I alternate between the two depending on the mood. So I'm just gonna go with this one. Normally, I love to bronze with an angled brush. So something that is a little dense. It's between dense and fluffy. This is actually a Morphe brush Y4. This was from like their golded, I think it's golded or gilded collection. It's so old, but I love bronzing with this type of brush. So I'm gonna swirl in, dust off the excess, and then just bronze. I'm gonna bronze this side as well, obviously. And normally I put blush on top, but I don't want to put too much applications on here because I really want to focus on the eyes and see if the product works. I'm going to give you guys a close-up. Before I do that, I'm going to spritz myself a little with the MAC Prep and Prime. This is like my OG fave. Oh my God, I love the smell of it. I just spritz it on, just to let the powder products really set in there and you don't have like that cakey look to yourself. I do have areas that are drier than others, and I have some areas that are oily, so this kind of like balances everything out. So let's do a close-up. So this is the Jaclyn Hillside, and this is my normal, just not even setting or anything, just my concealer and foundation, exactly what you saw. So these are the differences. I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit just so you guys can see the whole situation. Right away, by looking at the monitor, I can see that this is definitely brighter than this situation. You can definitely see like indentations of bags on this side more so than this side. Okay, so I'm using my little Melt Cosmetics. This is none of this is sponsored, by the way, but I'm obsessed with the Melt Cosmetics. This is the Beetlejuice collection. I love that collection. If you guys haven't seen this, it is under my reviews, just an FYI, but I'm obsessed with this. So, girl, I need some chapstick, but that's beyond the point. So, I do notice that it did settle a little on my fine lines here, as did my concealer on this side. That's usual just because I'm of older age and I haven't had any Botox done. But one thing I can say is it doesn't look as dry as I thought it would look, because I always get weary of putting any type, like too much powders under my under eye, just because I know it's going to settle in my fine lines, and I'm just very fearful of that. This doesn't look bad at all, to be completely honest. I'm obsessed with the fact that it brightened the way it did. She is completely right. It does brighten up the face and add dimension. You guys can see right away that it's literally brightening up this whole area, which I am obsessed with. I love that. This side, you can see more of my bag situation than this side. But I'm going to pull you guys even closer just so you guys can see that it did settle in my fine lines. As you can see, it did settle a little in my fine lines, but I knew that was going to happen. I mean, every single thing, whether it's concealer, whatever I put in there, obviously it's going to settle in my fine lines. That's just the reality of aging and gravity. And I did use the both of the products on top of here. So this was the peach and the almond up here. I didn't touch any of these. What I'll do is in other makeup applications off of camera, I will play around with the colors to see. For others, if you like it a little more subtle, you can go with the bottom shades if you are my complexion, or obviously if you're lighter, you go for the lighter one. Or if you're darker, you go for the darker palette. But I love the brightening effect. I love it this way. Do I think it's better than what my current situation on this side is? Absolutely, I do. This is pretty awesome. I would definitely recommend both products. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I have a few videos coming up, a few makeup items that we need to review, as well as some updated Crocs video that I will be putting up soon. So be on the lookout for those. And with that being said, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Watch a few other videos since you're already on here. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.